What's going on, everybody? Today we're making some upgrades to our 670cc V-twin Predator engine for more power and more safety.
And better looks.
Yes.
Man, that thing is awesome. We're gonna fill in. Oh!
So we're doing a couple things in this video. We're putting a new steering wheel on it finally, after I broke it back in February when I crashed into a tree and then into a bush. We're putting some mufflers on it because the thing is just too freaking loud, but we're gonna do a couple of tests to see exactly how much it affects the performance, if at all. We also got two Honda GX390 carburetors. We've been talking about a dual carb setup for a while, and we're finally gonna do it. Hopefully it'll all work out. Of course, all these parts are from GoPowersports.com.
Thank you, Go Power Sports.
There it is. Yeah. So if you ever need go-kart parts, GoPowersports.com.
Oh man.
Yeah, buddy. So these are Rlv Mufflers. They're like race mufflers. I believe they go on the race 212 Predator engines. And my initial thought was that these might be restrictive because they usually go on 212cc engines, but the 212s they go on are making like upwards of 15 to even 20 horsepower. And we have two exhaust pipes, so two of these are going to be going on the 670, so in theory it shouldn't be restricted. We're going to find out.
Oh, look at the steering wheel!
Yeah, I got a wheel.
It's so cute. It's smaller, but smaller, that's good.
Yeah, smaller is good in this application. And here are the carburetors. Here's one of them anyway.
Hey.
What's up?
Where are the pods?
We don't have pods.
What?
Should have thought of that. We'll have to use the sock. So these mufflers are $59 and change a piece. Yes, that's expensive, but these are supposedly the best in performance mufflers. We're gonna start with the mufflers, because that's probably gonna be the easiest thing to do. I'm just gonna cut that piece of pipe outside, and we're gonna fillet it down the middle so we can open it up so it will act as a shim in between our muffler and the exhaust pipe. Yes, that'll give us an exhaust leak, but it'll be fine.
That's right.
So the other day I was working on the truck and I scratched my cornea. Just a friendly reminder, wear safety glasses. I was wearing safety glasses and it still happened, so kind of sucks. All right, so while Ike is trying to work out a flange for our mufflers, that's perfect, dude.
I know, right?
I'm gonna work on getting this old steering wheel off. I wonder if it's actually threaded in there. Oh, yeah, wow.
Tight.
This is a trick I learned in the Navy. Do I sound like you, Ike?
Yeah. Just letting y'all know I was never in the Navy. She's gonna snap, ain't she?
Yep.
She's spinning?
Nah, it's the head's spinning, but the end of the bolt is not. That's all that came out, folks.
I had to spread that clamp out to get it on this muffler. I got this little shim right there, and we got it where she'll fit on there. I should be able to put the screw in and tighten it up, and it should stay in place. Although, yeah, when I spread it, the threads don't line up, but there we go.
Dude, where do our assortment of nuts and bolts go from Tractor Supply?
Buddy, I don't know. I guess we'll have to get some more.
I mean, dude, it seems like anytime we try to be proactive, stuff disappears into thin air.
Yeah.
I don't think we have the nuts it's gonna take.
What are you talking about, boy?
We just don't have the nuts to take that bolt out, man.
Oh.
What do you think I was talking about? See, this is like the bucket of jagged.
Yeah.
So much jagged metal in here. I just don't think we have the nuts, man. We don't have the nuts necessary to complete this job. But what I do have is a solid rod.
Looking for a good route to go if it takes off. No battery.
Yep. Everyone on the internet's gonna be like, "There's no battery." Because the battery's supposed to go right here.
The battery's gone.
Yep.
We'll just keep working.
Yeah, we'll just keep working and fire it up later. Yep. So much for before and after testing. It's just gonna have to be seat of our pants. Gotta thank Jackie for holding the camera today. Jackie, you want to plug any social media?
Let's figure out this.
Vine and Branch Co. Right? We're gonna be able to get rid of a lot of this plastic too, which is gonna be nice. Who likes plastic on a nice, pretty engine? Oh, there it goes. So, there's the carburetor we have now. Oh, I need to take the front piece off too, because there are two intakes, so two cylinders, and they're underneath this plastic. There it is. So back when we were trying to make some performance modifications to this in maybe January, we determined that the best thing to do for this would be to just put two carburetors on it. Because, as you can see here, the air comes in up here through a filter, takes a 90-degree curve into the carburetor, takes another 90-degree curve where it splits into two more 90s and then one more 90 before it reaches the cylinder. We're sure it does hinder performance one way or another. It'd be nice to get this thing back on the dyno. I'm not sure if we're gonna have that opportunity though. So we're gonna be measuring this performance increase or decrease, who knows, by the seat of our pants. I just took the intake off and the carburetor off. I took it off as one piece because I figured if this doesn't work out, slap it back on as one piece. It's going to be a nightmare if I took everything apart separately.
Sounds cool.
Show them the comparison between the 420 that we took off that, since we put a fuel injection on it, and the
new 390?
Right, the 390s from Go Power Sports.
I can tell you, I cannot physically see any difference.
Other than some dirt, right?
Well, other than some dirt. They look identical. It looks like the throat of the carburetor is the same size, the bowls are the same, everything's the same. It must just be a different jet size. I wanted the carburetors as close to the head as possible.
Right.
To just more...
Right, directness.
But then we got the heat.
Evaporating fuel.
Don't want the heat in there with the carburetor, so it'd probably be a good idea to have the carburetors actually hanging outside of the cover.
I have been trying to get this steering wheel off, to no avail. I ended up drilling through the where the bolt had gone in, and it still just won't come off. We pounded on it, and it just won't happen. I'm gonna have to slice with a cutoff wheel. So I'm making a flange for our new steering wheel. We used a big washer right here. We held up the steering wheel, centered it up the best we could with our eyeballs. So now I'm gonna drill some holes, and then I'm going to...
He's gonna drill some holes!
Then I'm gonna put these bolts through it, and we're gonna weld this washer to the nut on the steering shaft.
All right.
Yeah, we decided to not spend 5 hours making flanges today, so we just bought some really big washers.
And you're supposed to make sure it's straight while I go to the back side here and I'll line it up.
Tacky.
And tacky. So these are gonna be where our carburetors mount on the outside of the cover. We gotta make it where the cover comes off. So I cut these holes so the washers will pass through when you pull the cover off.
I made some gaskets out of an old piece of cardboard we had that are going to go on our flanges that go from the carburetor to the rest of the intake. So now, linkage, right?
Put the carburetors on and we'll hook up the linkage, then we'll hook up the fuel and we'll crank the thing up.
Go for a ride.
Go for a ride in the rain.
7/16, right?
Yes, sir.
I think we discovered something with our flanges made out of washers.
What's that?
I mean, it's just great.
Love your gasket, buddy.
Thanks, man. You know what's ironic?
What's that?
So, a box that contained a whole bunch of carburetor gaskets
Carburetor
gave
rebuild
its
kit.
life to become a gasket itself. We got our fuel line that we need to shorten up down here, which goes into our nice mechanical fuel pump, even though it is not a mechanical fuel pump, which goes into a T that splits into 2 carburetors. Ike's working on some redneck linkage here.
Well, yeah, we're ready to ride. And we can always make a better looking bracket.
Yep.
But for testing purposes only, this bracket will do.
Oh, I need to grab a battery off of something.
Yep. We got the fuel hooked up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm still working on the throttle.
Yeah, so I mean, all we need is throttle and battery.
Yeah. The linkage is for testing purposes only.
Don't try this at home.
This linkage connecting the 2 carburetors is, let me see if y'all can recognize what that is. Here, I got a white shirt, so I linked the 2 carburetors with coat hanger.
What's that copper wire? That copper looking wire?
Well, this is a MIG welding wire. Tied to the barrel nut, hooking up to the throttle. And when you hit the throttle,
Perfect.
it actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, and that duct tape is there is to seal the,
to help with cooling.
right, even though it
Yeah.
doesn't stick worth the crap.
With testing purposes only.
Yeah. All right, so are we ready to fire this thing?
Yeah, let me turn on there's no fuel in these carbs. They are fresh out of the box. So, it's
And
going to take a
while
little
to
bit.
even go through the line.
Yeah, but we have the see-through line, so we should be able to watch it.
Ready.
All right,
Crank.
let's give it a shot.
Sounds
Dude,
different.
the fuel went whoop
Really?
right on in, yeah.
That went pretty good, dude. What do you think about the mufflers?
They are quieter.
Yeah, you could definitely, you can tell it sounds different immediately. Like it's got a cam.
throttle hang up once. It must have leaned on something or one of these wires, which we ought to probably
Trim.
I'll tie up, trim up, or whatever.
So you couldn't feel if it was any faster or slower than before?
It feels pretty good. It's a little hard to say because I'm kind of scared of it. I'm coming out of it. I can't see anything past that tree right there.
Yeah.
And I'm a little afraid to do anything. Feels pretty good.
Really?
I can tell you one thing, it's not slower. It's not slower. Yeah.
Look at those mufflers, man.
Boy, they are colored.
Look at that.
And this
duct tape, man.
blows out rather than sucking in. So we'll have to make a little piece of tin or something to go in there.
Yep.
To help with the cooling.
Look at that steering wheel, man.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you, Go Power Sports.
Look at those carbs, man.
Pods. We need some pods.
Yeah, we do need pods pretty badly.
Yeah, we got some top speed runs of it with the old setup, don't we? We'll just have to check this out. But yeah, feels good. I'm impressed with it. It actually idles pretty good once it's warmed up.
So you want to do some riding around tomorrow and
Yes.
see where we're at as far as acceleration and top speed?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yes, sir.
What time is it?
10:30.
Called it.
Oh, here we go. Crap. Coming down.